So this coffee is delicious. It is. I'm a little offended it's better than the one I made. But they are.
You can't master freaking.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was supposed to be encouraging.
Oh, it was?
Oh.
I was just pretending like, oh, yes, that's right. I master other things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. Like, that's good. Know what you're good at and do that thing. Don't spread yourself across all of these things unless they're all helping the one thing.
Like if I admire something or I see somebody do something cool, like I love that for them, and I'm like, oh, I need to be that plus
More.
5%, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's crazy that
And-
you say that because I definitely felt like that. There was one time in my life that I want to tell you about when you're done.
Well, I was just thinking about this person I'm getting together with,
Mhm.
and I just think she's really cool and probably like some paces ahead on some things that I want in life. But instead of like feeling like I have to get to the place where I do it just as good or better than her, it's just I'm like reminding myself like to just be a human and a friend, and like the beauty of community is you don't have to be the master of everything.
Yeah, that really is the beauty.
You like trust, like relationships are trusting people to be the master of their things and to share that with
And
you.
cooperate. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I mean, and that's like the family unit in a way too. At least I think for most of human history, you know, families like helped each other because that like, if you go far enough back, that's all there was, right? Communities of families. And so like families would help each other and then they would be a part of the bigger community. There's something like about that simplicity that's really great. It feels safe to the nervous system amid all these like alien technologies, right? Not really alien, maybe, but like kind of alien to our old nervous system, like our ancient, you know, like it would be alien to them.
Who's them?
Our nervous systems, obviously.
I do feel like I have multiple systems of nervous inside of me.
Very nice. Yes.
Potentially
nice.
plural.
Different aspects of, yeah, that's cool.
Our cups, they look really cute.
Oh, yeah, they are.
It's not the way we're here, so I'm hiding it.
Oh, that's the left-handed one.
Maybe this is why I found them at Goodwill together.
Oh, maybe so.
I thought it was a tragic breakup.
Well, maybe one person was left-handed.
Or maybe it's just for us to see and not to show off.
That's a good point. Of course, if we traded them, that would do the thing.
Would it?
Wouldn't it? Here, trade.
You're right.
It's an experiment.
Did you do anything? Did you change yours at all?
No, I don't think so. Oh, you mean upstairs, like add something?
Yeah. Tastes exactly the same.
Ah, perfect. All right, so the thing you reminded me of is there was this one point in my life when it's like coming of age, there's this like sense of fearlessness or like limitlessness. And I remember like almost cataloging all of these things I saw other people do. And I mean, there was like breakdancing, there was calculus. I would see people do these things and I was like, I know I have the capacity to learn that, and someday I will learn it that well. And so I had this huge catalog of things that I was going to do, and I'm like, this is impossible. I cannot do all of these. And it was really hard to like pare down to what I really wanted to focus on.
You and I together are quite eclectic.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Neither
real.
of us have been the people that are like, this is my one thing forever, always.
Exactly.
Focus. I was thinking about that as I was thinking about summer, because our kids don't have school tomorrow.
Like,
oh, geez, our kids don't have school tomorrow. And then I'm like, well, then there's spring break, then there's summer. And it's been really difficult to make decisions about summer because our work has shifted a lot over 10 years. And then I was thinking about our friends that like have had the same jobs for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
And how like there is that predictability there
Yeah.
that I kind of long for now. But I used to be kind of ashamed that I have an eclectic group of skills and I could set out and probably do almost anything. I could not be the leader or master of anything. Like, not saying I couldn't be, but you know.
Most anything you do.
But I'm feeling proud of the various experiences I have collected in almost 38 years of my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I'm ready to like settle into them and be like, okay, maybe
That's really
there are
good.
always going to be more things to chase and more things to do and try, but like, I don't need to keep trying new things. I mean, I do, obviously.
Yeah.
Try new things. Don't become so set in your ways that you let.
Yeah. I think one thing that made me think of is, well, first I realized that when I was paring down, I didn't want to exclude anything. And it wasn't so much that I wanted the ego of like, oh, I'm so good at this. It wasn't about that. Like, it wasn't about social status. It was about like all the different flavors of life. And like, there's so, you know, like you can really get into classical music. You can get into rock and roll history. You could get into how people make desks, whatever, right? Like, and there's just such a deep dive on each of those that is really wonderful. Sometimes people are like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have like a thing, because for me, it's like, I don't want to exclude that stuff. And I would have to if I have this thing. And it was like, there was no way. And at some point, it's just like, I'm working jobs that, you know, like, that I can do well, but they're sales, right? And they're not really related to anything that feels that great. You know, it's just making money, you know, doing a job. So what was really weird is and I forgot exactly how you said it because I went on such a long rabbit trail.
Gonna try to find that thought, or do you want to go in a different direction?
Kind of, but I also appreciated that you noticed that I felt anxiety, and you helped me find a reason to pause. Like, anxiety makes you speed up.
Because then you like have shit conversation.
Yeah, it's true.
And then it's like, well, we're just supposed to finish this conversation, so we're just gonna keep. Yes. And then you're both like anxious little squirrels.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's been true for us when we.
Yeah. When you settle, like that's where the best connection happens. Like the more settled you are, the deeper or broader the connection. Yeah, I think it might fit later in the conversation, but.
Yeah, do you feel like you're on a path of more like mastering less or trying more?
Well, I don't know why it was such a thing. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance around this, but I eventually made an agreement with myself that I don't have the brain space, the time capacity, whatever, to do all of those things. But what I can do is have those people in my life, and I can support it in them, you know, and then in a way, it like then it's part of my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I don't have to be an engineer, but you can be, and that's fucking awesome. And so
that's how I'm feeling about yoga. Like, part of me is like, oh, I've been practicing yoga for a year now. It's time to go get teacher certified. And I'm like, but I'm getting so much more clear about the role I want to play. Like my days, my hours.
Yeah.
I want them, what I'm giving out, to be this like couples work in conversations with people.
Yeah.
Who are in an earlier season of life. And I want to hold them and hug them and empower them. Yeah. And
it almost feels like a big brother, a big sister kind of dynamic, which is nice. Yes. And it's so, I don't know, like, it's so cool to consider all of your relationships and think about like, how could I engage them positively, right? Like, to support gifts and skills in other people is
Mm-hmm.
great. And then like sometimes it's different dynamics. Like it feels like an older sister. Maybe sometimes it feels like a friend, or like there's different leads, but I feel like it broadens your experience of relationships because you
Yeah.
get to connect with people.
Well, and
However
it goes back to the trust factor for me, which I guess I just realized I automatically distrust humans in general. Like I don't
Okay,
have this
sure,
like
yeah.
cozy I trust humans, and
Mhm.
in this day and age, who could? But I am thinking about like this friend who is a yoga instructor
Mhm.
who wants to do retreats.
Mhm.
And I could be threatened at first, like, oh well,
I get mad.
I guess she beat me to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, holy fuck. If I don't have to be the one to
Mhm.
build a retreat center, and I don't have to be the one to host yoga,
Right.
then at this retreat
Yeah.
I dream of, there's so much more space and capacity for me to do what I'm good at. So why don't
Yeah.
I just trust her?
That's really good.
And she gets to be my safe place for yoga, because yoga is a safe centering space for me, and I appreciate someone else holding that space. I don't have to be the person to hold space for everyone else in that modality.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really
I
good.
don't know why that's such a revelation for me.
Oh, it's
a little
good.
annoying.
It's good. Yeah. I mean, talk about it more a little bit. Like how,
Well, I think it's just positioned me, or anyone who feels this way, to constantly be on guard of like someone being better than you, or there before you, or
Mhm.
whatever. And it just doesn't allow you to rest into your like creative capacities.
Yeah. So that makes me think of the value of community and how like our nervous systems are made to be in close relationship with other people, and that humans have always thrived in groups, and somehow we've gotten all very isolated. And to be able to restore those relationships is really powerful. And it's like that's the right path. Like
Mhm.
that's the way to go. And there's so much that's going on, on very high levels, that it makes me think about like, our historically our strongest and most basic safety net is each other, right? It's not a good job, it's not good insurance, it's not
Yeah.
whatever. It's literally each other's care. And that's the kind of world, right? That like literally data says true happiness exists.
Yeah.
So yeah, trust people. Trust them do their thing, I mean, there are valid reasons not to trust certain people, but
Yeah, I think it's just flipping the switch from like people are untrustworthy, or it's not even people are untrustworthy, but like I am responsible for everything. I have to,
yeah.
keep everything in my control and hold things tight. And I don't know, last year was a big, like I feel like multiple intentional practices of letting go of control and like having more capacity, and that gave me space to cultivate a yoga practice, because I wasn't clenching everything so close to me and holding myself responsible for everything.
Yeah. So when I was paring everything down, we kind of already said this, but like I landed on being good at relationships, wanting to be like in a family, have a family. This was obviously before kids. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and it's been a slower advance than I would have expected, like, but it just keeps getting better, right? Like, and it's really, there's something also about relationships that like opens up parts of yourself to you.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you learn about yourself in relationship with other people.
But that requires trust and
vulnerability. Oh,
vulnerability.
yes. Yeah, that's like, good relationship. Yeah. I want to be the kind of person people can trust right away. Like I want to cultivate that kind of, internal safety. It always has to start inside. But just, like grow that thing. Turn it into a field of energy. But really, I mean, that sounds very woo, but that's also a good way to interface with your nervous system because it is kind of like that to your nervous system.
Can you say again what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Just like there was a phrase you said, and then you replaced it with like that, and I'm wondering what the word that represented.
So as I was picturing it, I'm saying I want to be a kind of person that people just always feel safe around, right? And that takes developing inner safety first, right? It's like going to all the aspects of yourself that were hurt, that were betrayed, that were wounded, broken, and restore relationship with those aspects of yourself. Like that's step one, and that's a long ass process.
Yeah.
And it takes, it also takes time. That's like, going off and spending time in a space mentally, emotionally to feel safe enough for those aspects to even come out of hiding. So there's that.
Now, reality, I'm going to have to come back because I just had a pop-up thought about the kids in summer camp. I'm just going to write it down as a discussion we need to have, and we'll put it on the calendar.
That's great. It's also really good to like chunk things. Like this is time that we're doing. So wait to your
Thanks. I was having a hard time writing a word and like trying to picture your words in my brain to capture them.
That's fun.
Go.
I was just gonna say for at least for someone with ADHD, when something pops up in my mind that is not relevant to what I'm trying to focus on, one of the best things is to just write it down. Just put it over there. Because if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. And if
whole family needs to carry our own pack of Post-it notes in our back pocket. Like just have a color that is ours forever.
Yeah. Green. Pick green.
That was Emerson's thought. That was what Sage wanted to say.
So the other thing I was saying, I'm not sure what you were asking about, but it was like I was picturing that like cultivating that care within myself.
Yes.
And then that growing to beyond me, to being.
Because you have to believe that is possible to project that energy to anyone else for them to receive that safety.
Yeah, because truly, those aspects of yourself that need healing are resonant with actual people in the world that carry those same kind of wounds or, similar experiences. And so when you learn to repair within yourself, you also then open a channel of an actual real life relationship with another person that's, that's there.
That's why men should share their emotions more.
Oh, tell me more. Yeah, let's say that.
The repression of emotional vulnerability and connection, I think specifically prohibits men. Yeah. And I think that is true in a lot of the marriages that we see, even that one, like entering, and you can speak from the man's experience, but entering motherhood is so raw and just, it is, I don't know anything more vulnerable.
Yeah.
The only thing I can imagine is like being super old and my kids having to take, but the level of vulnerability is unmatched for most new moms.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like I can't do anything. This person is, their body is wrecked. Their emotions are.
So my God, the best thing I think a new dad can do is in all of his fucking spare time, go in, work on that person that can be an emotionally safe space for their partner who is just broken, open.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no one there to nurture her in her brokenness because we live in a fucking ridiculous capitalistic society. Sorry, I was thinking about how chill this talk was, and then I guess I decided I needed to get feisty.
I heard to thump your chest. It's like, oh, we're next level. Yeah, but I think, the problem is the village is gone, right? That's the real actual mechanism.
The village is gone and it was replaced by husbands, conceptually.
Yes.
And men don't have practice.
Yeah, definitely don't.
In emotional availability.
Right.
No, I don't know, we binged 3 episodes of Love is Blind last night and talked about how refreshing it was to see some of these men enter with emotional intelligence and vulnerability and
safety,
and probably truly the like not being physically with the person probably puts down some guards in that situation.
Oh, sure.
So I really love that experiment in that regard.
Yeah.
But
very cool show.
I think it's the hopefulness that we have that men can grow their emotional capacity. And that alone can impact relationships so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because just like I shared earlier about like choosing to let control go, you kind of, it's like your shoulders relax every time. You've got more breathing room, or like it's the girdle or the corset literally being unlaced.
Oh, that's a good example. Yeah.
And if you can get to a point in your relationship where the man is emotionally vulnerable and intelligent and strong, not just a whiny head.
Right. Emotional versus like emotional skillfulness. I mean, truly, it is a skill.
Oh, yeah.
So there's probably other words, but it is emotional availability, emotional safety, the capacity to hold another person's emotion without running away or collapsing or, whatever. Not physically collapsing, but yeah.
But that allows mom to rest and not just sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yes, right.
Relax, breathe. And if you have 2 people in that space for them, like themselves and each other, that's what I think people deserve. I think that's the only way to survive the current model and setup. That is villageness.
Yeah. That's true. I think we do have to work towards connecting with people outside, but so many couples are doing it all alone, right? They just don't have.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hadn't thought about this in this way of what can a man do early on.
Yeah.
When he's not breastfeeding, when he's not, she's healing her vagina or stomach or, whatever it is, he can take some of that. I mean, obviously take the load off in every way possible and be listening to something that's opening him up. Yeah. Be cultivating safety. Be working with a man in his life who can normalize that and make it safe for him to access that so that he can hold that space with his partner.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good.
Jeez, I didn't mean to preach. Good morning. Welcome to church.
Right. It's Sunday, right?
Last night say I might start a church.
That's true.
We can just support lots of people tax-free.
And there's like a benefit of having a building where people can gather together.
There is, yes.
Yeah, wow. That's some good stuff. Yeah, I really like what you said. And it makes a lot of sense for men to be in that role. And it also makes a lot of sense that there's like no roadmap to get there.
Right.
And it's like, well, it's like a chasm, and they're like, how do we even build a bridge here? What's happening? But I also know that there is evidence that other cultures throughout history, especially, more localized cultures, not advanced, first world countries, but the dad has a safe emotional presence in the home. He's not out breadwinning. He's with the family. So, I mean, it's in there biologically is what I'm saying. There's a foundation for it. It's more of a returning than it is learning. It's there. Only because I have to turn my head so much.
It physically makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah. My chair needs to scoot back if we're going to do that.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But maybe I am sitting like 6 inches in front of you. That's nice.
It's spatially closer to the wall, so
yeah, that's why. So how do we get that rolling, right? Like for me, when you said he should be listening to something,
Yeah.
so there isn't a prevalence of men, that there are some that know how to do this,
it's growing.
but there isn't like a prevalence of them that it's, they're out there coaching or holding podcasts or whatever. But I wonder what the best format for something like that would be. Like, I really appreciated on the show, again, Love is Blind, the sort of safe camaraderie among the guys. Because if you haven't seen the show, like, they're all just hanging out together.
I'm sure those were like the highlights of the moments, but
yeah. But it was like, they met each other because it was emotional when, one guy got dumped and he was hoping to get married kind of thing. And he comes out and they're supportive and they like hear it and it doesn't scare them away. And they're like, yeah, man, that sucks. They're with him in it. And it's not that hasn't existed. Those kinds of things have existed, but the problem is they've gone away. There's fewer frequency, and so like I'm wondering what the best tool is for dads to be able to have access to that kind of thing. Like, is it a group of guys on a podcast talking in a way that models it, than just probably covering topics in a relationship, and having a family. All right, guys, who wants to be on the podcast?